What is up, guys? It's your boy SuperCoach Deji, and I'm back with another SuperCoach video. Last time we left off, I talked about my team update plus my SuperCoach history. But today, I'm going to talk about another team update, pretty much my final team until the March series, and I will also be talking about my future plans for SuperCoach 2020 this year, and I will be discussing all relevant players for SuperCoach 2020 this year, in my opinion. But yeah, so before we get into the team, make sure to subscribe, chuck a like, comment if you're interested in anything. But yeah, it really helps and puts a smile on my face. So yeah, so starting off in the defenders, D1 still J Sis. I mean, I just think this bloke got the highest ceiling, and could average the most out of any defender this year, but has also got a low ceiling. So yeah, I love J Sis. D2 D Houston. Pretty much cemented that he's a lock pick now. Tutoli one's been injured, and Kevin Inkley saying, I think a couple of days ago, Houston will be playing mid the whole year, as he's been training with the midfield group the whole preseason. So yeah, Houston, I might as well say he's a lock pick for me now. So yeah, Sam Doherty D3. I mean, always been a lock. Nothing to discuss here. Been killing in preseason. And all these rookies, they're just there for see how they go in Marsh series. So yeah, midfielders, M1 Jackson McRae. This man been best midfielder in SuperCoach for the past 2 years. And I think he'll continue to stay that way. Because how consistent this man is, and yeah, you just cannot start without him. I believe he's cheaper than last year, so I believe he's better pick this year. But yeah, so M2, Lockie Neal. Didn't have him in my previous team, but I put some thought into it, not gonna lie. Neal plays for Brisbane, doesn't have a Fife or anyone in his team. Has Zorko, but Zorko's past it. But yeah, Neal, I just believe he could go even better than last year or similar. So yeah, Neal pretty safe. And I'll talk about Oliver. So Oliver I did have instead of him last time, but I just looked at all of his pictures. I just did not like him. I think he has West Coast at Optus round one, then he gets to Bold, and then yeah, just what isn't the greatest fixture to start with him with. But yeah, Neil's got a pretty good fixture. So yeah, M3 Josh Kelly, being a gun this preseason, hasn't got injured, so he's a lock if he doesn't get injured until round one. But yeah, so he's definitely in my team. Paddy Cripps, nothing to discuss there. He's an automatic lock, just because of how high his ceiling is, and just he's very consistent. Last year wasn't really consistent, but I reckon it's just a bit unlucky. He got a couple of injuries, but yeah, he'll definitely do better this year, and he's heading to his prime pretty much. M5 Josh Dunkley. I mean, this man is really underlooked. I think he's got around 70% ownership. I mean, I think he averaged like 130 into the midfield. I don't know why people are not picking up. I don't know if they're scared about the McRae Dunkley Bond factor or something like that, because this man, I mean, he was the number one midfielder when he played midfielder last year. So for me, he's an absolute lock. If anything, if all my midfielders, I would have to say he's a lock just because of his ownership and just because of his scoring power. He's got the. I reckon this man could average 140. I've said in other videos. M6 Matty Rao lock. See how it goes in Masters, and yeah, pretty much goes for all the other rookies in the midfield. Rux, interesting one here. We'll talk about. So Grundy obviously lock. Everyone's supposed to have him, otherwise you're not going to win SuperCoach. Yeah, this is an interesting one. R2 Max Gorn. So last video that I made, Max Gorn was still fit and healthy, but he did pick up an injury. I do believe so. He did his knee. Well, no, I think he did like. I'm not sure what the injury was. I think it was like hyper. I'm not quite sure, but he did something to his knee. It wasn't like an ACL or anything. It was just like It was a grade 1 or something, grade 2, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I did actually have Rob in my team for quite a bit. I just do think if you're not going to go with Gorn, I just think probably Rob's the safest pick. Another one like Adelaide, he's got amazing fixtures to start off with. And yeah, so but I'm going back to Gorn just to be safe. And he's fit and healthy apparently. I mean, he bounced back really quickly, and he'll be playing Master, so see how he goes in that. So yeah. Um, Moving on to the forwards. Lockie Whitfield. He's an absolute lock for me. Probably going to average the most out of any forward by quite a mile this year, in my opinion. I've seen a couple people on YouTube not go with him, like George, but I'm sure he'll select him come round 1. F2, Dusty Martin. Absolute lock. The love for this player I've got. I just love him. I'm a Geelong supporter, so I just love Dusty Martin. He's just champion of the game, and yeah. Now F3 is the most difficult / interesting spot in Supercoach this year. I mean, there's so many players I've had in D3. I mean F3. I think I've had Heaney, Parrish. I've had who else I've had? I've had Tom Lynch. I've had so many players in this position. I mean, but it's so difficult. Just we've got to see in March series how all the picks go, and they'll probably end up changing my team because of the F3 spot. But Dev Smith, uh, I've got him in my team again. I think I had him in my first ever team picker. That's due to him actually saying his role will be like the 2018 season, which everyone's really happy to hear about that because he has been training for forwards for some reason. But yeah, it's really good to hear that him playing his 2018 role. Yeah, so Dev Smith is absolute lock. I mean, if you can average 80 to 85, possibly 90, I mean that is perfect. I mean, I don't even think so. He's a stepping stone. I actually think he could be a top 6 forward, possibly top 8. I mean, you keep him if he's a top 8. Um, F4, Aiden Bonner, another new player on my team. I heard he's been training for midfield group this year. For North. Pretty sure he was a gun in the VFL. I think he only played like one AFL game this year. I mean last year. So yeah, I wasn't didn't really see much of him, but apparently he's really good. Apparently he was one of the best juniors in his uh when he yeah, he was one of the best prospects in juniors. I think under 15 or something like that. But he ended up doing 2 ACLs, which is that's so unfortunate. But he was meant to be a top 3 pick apparently. Went pick 11, which was pretty early for him considering he did 2 ACLs. But yeah, so he's in my team right now, pretty cheap. And yeah, playing midfield, so I'm happy with that. F5, Stephen Hill's always been in there. He's a lock for his price. Probably get injured in the first round, but yeah, who knows? You can just trade him out because most people got him. It won't be that much of a fuss. F6, Isaac Rankin, lock. Yeah, nothing much to say about that. All the other rookies, all to watch for Marsh series. But yeah. So what I'm really looking at in Marsh series, Dev Smith and all the other F3 options. But yeah. So we'll see how Marsh series goes. I can't wait for that. And there's a couple of inter clubs games going on soon. So yeah, that'll be cool to hear from the blokes that watch the team's training session and report about it. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, now we'll head into my future plans. So my future plans was to discuss actually like in depth every position relevant players. But I've seen a lot of people do on YouTube, so I was like, no, I might as well not do it because I'll be saying the exact same thing. But I might as well just give you a quick rundown of all relevant players. So I'll start off now with the defenders. So um, here we are. I'll clear my team. So only primo relevant players we'll just do. All right. So Lloyd, definitely relevant. See how he goes in the Marsh series with Dawson possibly taking his points because he did drop off a little bit in the later stage of the season. So yeah, we'll see how Lloyd goes, but he's definitely relevant. So I'll select him as one of my relevant primos. Bashahuli, I think he picked up an injury, and he's getting old. But I really like this man. As a player, I love this man. Honestly, for me, he killed us in the prelims. So I love Bashahuli as a player, and he got robbed of a Norm Smith. So yeah. Um, Shannon Hearn. I've seen a couple experts on Twitter pick him, but yeah, no thanks. I mean, he burned a lot of people that actually traded him in, and yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. So yeah, so no thanks for Shannon Hearn. Too old. Z Will, I love Z Will. I mean, if I had the extra cash, I would 100% start Z Will. Well, not 100%, but like if I could have an extra 500k and put him in that D3 spot, I would go ahead and put him in automatically. I mean, I honestly think he's got a potential like Sicily. He could average the most possibly as well. And yeah, so Zewell, I really like Zewell. He's a really good pick if you do pick him. Um, Caleb Daniel, yep, he's relevant. I'm pretty sure someone did ask him in training, should I pick you in Supercoach? And the man's response was, I'm pretty sure it was actually pick me. I'm going for 100 average. So he definitely knows. He's definitely plays Supercoach, and probably wants more Supercoach points. Who knows? But yeah, Daniel is a lock. Well, not what am I saying lock? But he's relevant. He's a lock for being relevant. But yeah, Daniel, just watch out for him in the Masters. Tommy Stewart, do we say relevant? I'm not really a fan of it. Yeah, we'll say he's relevant. Um, kind of a boring pick. I mean, I don't see him averaging what he did last year. As much as I love the player, because I go for Geelong, he's one of my favourite players in the team, but I just don't like him. I don't think he has scoring power. I mean, he did kill it when Geelong was killing in the early start of the season, but he kind of dropped off when Geelong wasn't. So yeah, Dan Rampy not relevant. Led, yep, 100% relevant. So consistent, proven defender. He can score massive. He can score really consistently every week. So yeah, he's nothing much to talk about there. He's really consistent. Good pick. Rich, nah. Newman, no. So that's pretty much it for the top 10. Sicily, already talked about him. Well, actually, yeah. Newman, pod. If you have the guts to start him, now with Doherty back, I mean, yeah, he's a pod, but I wouldn't say he's really relevant with only being 1% teams. Houston, already talked about him. But yeah, that's pretty much it for relevant defenders, if you ask me. Yeah, pretty much that. That's the 7 I would pick out of. If you how many primo defenders you're selecting, that's the 7 I would pick out of. So yeah. Moving on to the midfielders. Already talked about Jackson McRae, Neil. Yeah, talking about Fife. Fife obviously relevant in 39% of teams. I mean, not in my team, but this man, he could average 120 plus again this year. He's got the potential. Injuries, I mean, how many games did he play? 20 games. That's really good for Fife last year. Um, but yeah, so he's definitely a pick I would go with. But he's just fortunately not in my team because I think the other selection that I picked are just a little bit better than him. But that's only a little bit. So yeah, Fife's still a great pick. He's got massive scoring um, power. So yeah, Fife's a good pick. Josh Keller already talked about him. Paddy Cripps already talked about him. Josh Dunkley already talked about him. Tom Mitchell, I wouldn't say relevant to start him because he might not even play round 1, but I think you play round 1 though. But do I start him? Maybe not because his price. If his price was 5, like I think it was meant to be like 530, 550, but Supercoach robbed us of a lock pick, but unfortunately he's not a lock anymore due to his price, and he's definitely an upgrade target though. So yeah, see how he goes in this season. I don't think he'll play much series though. Paddy Dangerfield, 100%. I love this player. My favourite player in the whole AFL. I want to pick him. Not gonna lie, I want to pick him. Who knows? I could pick him come round 1, but for now, no. Just because he's got GWS round 1, it's gonna get debulked. So yeah. See how he goes in the Marsh series. He'll probably take it easy, but yeah, whatever. Bond, I'd say is relevant. 623k. This man could be averaging numbers like Dunkley. So who knows? He's a similar player to Dunkley. They've both got massive ceilings. So yeah. But he could drift off him forward. That's what I don't like about Bond. But he still kills it as a forward. Not gonna lie, he still kicks goals. But I'd rather him playing midfielder because how good his kick is. His disposal efficiency is just crazy good. So yeah. Trelaw definitely relevant. I mean, if you can get his disposal efficiency up, he'll be a lock for most people because averaging 113 with what 60%, 50% disposal efficiency is crazy good. And if you can take it up a notch this year, he could be good. And SuperCoach, Jamie Nunn don't really like Trelaw, but yeah. Oliver definitely relevant. I mean, as I said, his fixture's crap. Already talked about him. But yeah, if you still pick him, it's still not a bad pick. I mean, 593, that's value right there. But just don't expect big scores to start off with. Any others for final relevant midfielder? Yo, yeah, he's pretty good. I want to say he's relevant this year, 4%. I mean, he's kind of a pod. Who else? Tim Kelly, 14%. I don't really get it. I think he'll flop at West Coast. I'm sorry, I'm a Geelong supporter, but it's coming out of my mouth. But I really genuinely think he's gonna flop. So yeah, I wouldn't pick him. Is there anyone else? Not really, to be honest. I mean, where's Coniglio? I've seen a couple people pick Cogs. He's pretty relevant. He'll be my final relevant mid. But yeah, so I think Josh Kelly will outscore him. Plus he's got the likes of Tim Taranto, Jacob Hopper, and other Zach Williams possibly just competing. But let's just go same with Josh Kelly. He competes with other players, but Josh Kelly, he doesn't even play too much inside mid. He plays wing sometimes, but he does start in the centre bounce sometimes. But yeah, Josh Kelly's probably the best out of all of them. He's had a full preseason, so yeah. His COD coming off with ACL, so who knows how he's gonna go. Rux, yeah, actually relevant Rux. You already know it's Grundy and Gorn, but for the sake of relevance, we'll go Scott Lysett, Riley O'Brien. Who else is relevant here? I've seen one of the Discord members, Eagling. Shout out to Eagling. He's got really good insight. He knows what he's talking about. So yeah, Eagling likes regular pick. So Eagling does. He's pretty full on. He's what can I say about Eagling? He's pretty in depth with SuperCoach. And yeah, he's on SuperCoach 24/7. And Sam Jacobs probably another relevant pick. So that's probably my three rucks I'd go with in the R2 positions that are gone if you're gonna go with any. Forwards, Lockie Whitfield. Already talked about him. Dustin Martin. Who else? Heaney. As I said, look at him in every F3 I'm gonna pick is every player from now on is pretty much F3. So Heaney, look in the Marsh series. Who else? Parrish, look in the Marsh series. Who else is there? Oh yeah, no one else probably. Yeah, Tom Lynch. Look at him in the Marsh series. I mean, for his price, I mean, I think he averaged around 97 in the second half season when Richmond started going good, started winning games. As they had an injured team in the first, and he wasn't fit. Now he's got a full preseason ahead of him, Lynch. So that's what I really like. I mean, he is a key forward, but for his price, 388k in the best team in the comp. I could see him averaging more than Parrish easily, even Heaney, and yeah, so he could average more than Dev Smith. He's at 50k extra, which is a lot to be honest, but yeah, so fine, relevant primo Dev Smith, as I already talked about him, see him in the Marsh series. So that's pretty much it for all the relevant players for Supercoach 2020 this year, in my opinion. But yeah, I've shown you my team update. Told you some insight / in depth. But yeah, pretty much my final video until March series. My next video will probably be a March series updated team. Probably got, as I did last year, I think I've got a Marsh, like a JLT spreadsheet like I had last year. Called obviously Marsh. But yeah, so look forward for that. As I said, subscribe, like, comment. Puts a smile on my face, puts a smile on my brother because he does watch my videos. So yeah, so it's been your boy SuperCoach Deji, and peace. Oh, and also before I do end of the video, I forgot to talk about future plan about my leagues. So leagues codes will be coming out soon. For SuperCoach Deji, also be making a group potentially with a prize. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, this is actual peace.